Are you afraid? Ghosts.
Hey,
What up?
do you feel the fear?
I feel it deep down inside.
How deep?
Very deep.
Would you say to the second knuckle?
To the wrist.
Oh, Jesus. You feel the fear so hard it's fisting you?
Mm-hmm. I'm no amateur.
Please. I mean, no lube either.
Fist the fear.
That's one way to do it. So, before we get started, I got a very important question for you, Jeff.
You already know the answer.
Yes? You did it?
No. I completely spaced. This past week has been insane for me.
Yeah.
So I completely spaced on it.
Was it insane in the membrane?
I wish. I'd appreciate that.
Well, you should have watched Warriors of Virtue. It would have helped you.
Let me just say this. Dealing with home health agencies, even at a limited basis, to get the help I need is fucking ridiculous. And that's all I'm going to say. It's not like a serious thing. I just needed interim while Leanne's recovering from all her cybernetic upgrades and Terminator shit she had done.
Huh.
But yeah, it's not the end.
Is she basically RoboCop now?
Kind of, yeah. Think like RoboCop and Terminator combined.
Really?
Yeah.
I was hoping it was going to be more of like when they did the Bob's Burgers RoboCop type style thing. It was just the Robo Stash.
Oh my god, that's probably one of the best RoboCop parodies I've ever seen.
It is. I'm happy you knew exactly what I was talking about. That wasn't pre-planned at all. Oh. So, anyways, we got together and watched an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
We did.
I'm gonna start off before we get too into this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what this got on IMDb?
I have it up, so I see the rating.
All right. I'm just gonna let you know right now. I strongly disagree. But
yeah, I wouldn't give it that.
No. But we'll get into it here in a second. So, talking about this episode a little bit, we have Jewel State in this.
Yeah, returning.
Yeah. Now, let's just go ahead and just throw it out there, right? She is awesome. I don't really care for her in this episode, but like Firefly, she was great. She was in Serenity. I mean, the newer thing of the Quantum Leap. She was in the Magicians TV show, which wasn't horrible for what it was. And
I did not know that.
yeah. Stargate Atlantis, Da Vinci's Inquest, Higher Ground, Sabrina the Animated Series. She did voice work there. Flash Forward. I mean, 2 episodes already. Afraid of the Dark. She was in the Odyssey TV series. Probably one of the few actresses we've gotten on the series where hasn't done a lot of bad work.
Yeah.
So it's nice to know that, you know, at least
I
once
didn't.
in a while they can give us somebody good.
I didn't take the time last time when we did Watcher's Woods to look through her filmography, and I'm just blown away at how much good stuff she's been in.
Oh yeah.
Even stuff that I haven't seen, but I know of it, like certain TV shows. Like, I didn't know she was in the new Quantum Leap. And
Yeah.
spoiler, I haven't even watched the original Quantum Leap series.
Oh really?
So, yeah.
They better leap into it.
Everybody tells me I should.
But the original, I don't really care too much for the new one personally, but that's just me.
I've heard some people say it's not as good. They're like, it's fine, but they're like, just watch the original.
That's mad. We also have Joel Keller as Lucas in this.
Yeah, looking like a bargain basement Joey Lawrence.
Yeah. He grew up to look very different. He's been in just as many things, roughly, as her, but not as good.
Yeah.
Like,
Gotham Knights.
Some of the stuff I haven't even seen, but like he was in Final Destiny, a TV movie, which I haven't seen it, but I imagine it as like the asylum version of Final Destination. I haven't even looked at it to see what it's about, but that's just kind of what's in my head.
When disgraced flight crash investigator Sophia Gilchrist's brother dies in the crash of a plane she was supposed to be on, Sophia breaks protocol and secretly begins investigating the crash. You're not far off, because how did the first Final Destination start? A plane accident.
Yeah.
So
right.
it's just she's not being hunted down by death, but
there's other things too. So there's a show that he was in that has no plot. It did, was it 13 episodes or 11 episodes? And he was a narrator for it. There's no picture, there's no plot. I haven't looked it up, but I really want to watch Mega Shredders. If you go and click on it, there is no info on Mega Shredders.
Wait a minute. I didn't see it. Where the hell is it?
Dude, there's nothing there.
Oh, yeah. I finally found it because I just went over it because it doesn't have a...
Yeah.
There's literally nothing.
There's nothing there. But there's 11 episodes of it, but I want to see it. I'm hoping it's like just a bunch of office people together shredding paper. But
okay.
It's weird, isn't it?
That's very weird.
Right? He did the TV miniseries, The Path to 9/11, where he was trying to redo 9/11 because he thought he could do it better.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
I may have found something about it.
About what? Mega Shredders?
Yeah, it looks like it's about like an industrial shredding company. Like one of those, what you know, the big trucks that show up to like shred documents for offices when they don't want to bother to do it themselves.
Did I get it right again?
Yeah.
Huh.
Looking right now.
I'm going to quit guessing because I'm just trying to make people look bad and it's working.
Discovery Canada was a reality series. Half-hour reality series that follows the maverick engineers and master tradesmen of Shredding Systems, Inc., a company that custom builds and fixes shredders that destroy anything from boats and bulldozers to photocopiers and hard drives.
Oh, it's like industrial ones.
Yeah, they make industrial shredders. So I saw like a box truck, and I thought, okay, they're just one of those that goes to places they're
Right.
dealing with. Nope, industrial.
How much you want to bet he was the narrator, but he also worked for the company? Like, he just got this job because he worked there too.
It had 2 other titles,
Did it?
previously known as Shred It, and it aired in Canada as Shred exclamation point.
I like Mega Shredders more.
Mega Shredder sounds so much better.
Right? I just think of fucking Ninja Turtles too.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay, yeah, we're on the same page because that's what I was saying. I was like, oh shit, that's better than a Super Shredder.
Right? Exactly. We also have Vivian Rice. I don't know, Miss
Yeah,
Briar,
sure.
whatever you want to call her. She was in some stuff.
Oh,
She was
yeah, I'm
she was
looking
in one of
now.
my a weird old favorite movie of mine, Trapped in Paradise, which is weird that I like that movie because I really hate Nicolas Cage, but I love Dana Carvey and John Lovitz.
I have only heard of this and I have not seen it. And it's real funny that this person was in this because I just heard about this movie a few years ago.
Oh, really? Trapped in
Yeah.
Paradise?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea it existed. I did not
Um,
know that Nicolas Cage, John Lovitz, and Dana Carvey were in a goddamn movie together.
I'm pretty sure Nicolas
fucking
Cage had
insane.
to pay quite a bit of money to be in that movie because he's just such a piece of shit human being that nobody
Oh
else
my
would let him in there.
Holy shit.
I agree. Dana Carvey is the man.
Dana
You are
Carvey's
fucking
awesome.
right. That's for sure.
What's up, Troubles?
What else was she in? It's weird. She quit acting in 1999 out of nowhere. And I don't see anything in here. It doesn't say that she's dead.
No, so
It doesn't
I'm
say
not
she's
even
alive either, though.
Yeah.
But she's been she was acting for quite a long time. I mean, she was acting in the 60s.
Okay.
She was in Rem Shots the movie. That was crazy with her. I can't. Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Oh shit. Okay.
Some of these things I just don't know.
Oh, the 80s Alfred Hitchcock. Okay.
Yeah.
Which, as a kid, when I saw episodes of that show, I thought Alfred Hitchcock was still alive, presenting it, not realizing that.
Oh,
Yeah,
she was also in The Dark Man Calls. I bet that's where she got the head before she did this episode.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Holy shit.
You're welcome. I knew you'd appreciate that.
Oh shit. She was in the movie Curtains, which I've been meaning to see, but I haven't checked it out yet.
She was in a few things. It's just, maybe they were big back then, but not now. What?
Overdrawn at the Memory Bank. I only know that because of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
There's a lot of movies I only know because of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
I would have never known about Puma Man or The Final Sacrifice, which are 2 of my favorites to watch.
Jeez.
Especially The Final Sacrifice.
There's riff tracks too. There's a lot of them I only know because of riff tracks.
That's not how I discovered Miami Connection, but that was the first time I ever watched Miami Connection.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And I thought this is the only way I could watch it. Then I watched it without riff tracks, and it's actually fun. It's ridiculous, but it's a lot of fun. It's so fucking crazy.
If you like stupid movies like that, you really need to check out Karate Cop.
Oh my god. Karate Cop. Okay.
It's bad. But here's the fucked up thing. Have you ever sat down and watched a movie and then you always get captivated by the same movie and just watch it every time?
Yeah, there are movies that I'm like, it's fine, but I'll just sit there and watch it if it's on. I'm like,
All right. There's 2 of them that I have that are really weird. Okay. Karate Cop is one of them. And the other one, I don't even want to tell you. You want to take a guess or no? You'll never guess it.
To Wong Fu, thanks for everything, Julie Newmar.
It was cool as ice.
Oh, fuck. I have never seen that movie all the way through. I've seen enough clips to know enough to see just how bad Vanilla Ice's acting was, however
It
you want to
wasn't
phrase
that
it.
bad.
Yeah, I mean, the kid that plays Tucker in Are You Afraid of the Dark acts better than Vanilla Ice.
So that's not
It's the
fair.
zero and get with the hero.
That's not fair to compare the two. I think
You're probably right.
I know I am. I know I'm right. What else we got in this episode? We got Jessica Reed as little girl.
And this is all she's ever done.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I scrolled down because
that is a very sad one.
Just one credit is little girl in Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Uh-huh.
But it's best because I scrolled down just to see if there was anything else by chance. That it's just the related news tab.
Yeah. Which
yeah, it's
one
like
do you got?
It leaves a $500 tip for the overnight staff at
at the
Waffle
Waffle
House.
House. Yeah, that's the same
Who
one.
fucking cares? I
don't know how it's related to it.
It's what? Because he's an actor. Nobody.
Maybe.
Oh, that's dumb.
We also have Amanda Gay, and this is Jenna.
Yeah.
She was in The Bone Collector. She's in The Hunger, Going to Kansas City. Are You Afraid of the Dark? This is her second episode. She has 2 episodes. This is the first of the 2 she's done. She was in Student Bodies, Big Wolf on Campus.
Yeah. I have heard of Big Wolf on Campus, but I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was okay. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and tell you it was my favorite thing ever. But
I heard the name and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah. She really hasn't done much, though.
No.
I don't know what she looks like in the Bone Collector. Is that girl in Nightclub? I don't know.
It's probably one of those blink and you miss it kind of things.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's just sad she was such an ugly child. I mean, it's not my fault. I didn't do it to her.
Jesus.
And we also have Guy Provencher as Hunter. You know what's weird?
What's that?
All right, first off, he's dead, but did you know he was a white man playing a black guy?
He wasn't playing a black guy. He just had like a black head.
Blackface.
It was more than just blackface. The entire head was black. It looked like he had been burned.
So it's worse than blackface.
Oh man.
It was blackface plus. Pretty sure that's what they call it. Right?
Oh my god.
He was in a bunch of French shit, and then Friday the 13th, the series.
Yeah.
And then more friendship. And Black
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah. And then randomly, he was Le Creature in Writers.
No idea what Writers is.
I don't know, but I like the name Le Creature.
Oh shit! What the hell?
It looks really bad. Yeah. Dude, the people's names in that is fucking stupid. All right, so I'm looking at Writers, right?
All right, I pulled it up.
All right, you got the main guy. His name is Mark. Then you got Finger, Massive, Eric Nose, Brupre, Tattoo, Boff, Coco. Like, there's a Popeye character. Like, the names are just so fucking stupid.
Oh my god. Stash.
Yeah, dude. They didn't even try.
Oh my god. What is the plot of this thing?
After an unpleasant run-in with a group of bikers, a young convenience store robber, Mark, gets approached by the same bikers to help out with a picnic. After the picnic, seeing he has guts, the bikers propose him for membership. As the story unfolds, Mark winds up questioning his own morality and wondering whether he's going down the wrong path. The biggest problem, however, is that one of his friends got him into trouble and he has little time to fix it. That's
Okay.
that's so stupid.
I don't think I'm going to be checking out Riders, but hey, if it's your thing, go for it.
Right. Oh God. Do you want me to tell us about this episode? And I'll try not to fall asleep. Jesus fuck.
So this is a Gary story. I want to start by saying I don't think we've had many Gary stories this season.
No, but it's only a Gary story because Tucker's a bitch.
Yeah, Tucker couldn't get his story together.
Couldn't get it up.
Tucker sucks.
Yeah.
I'm not touching that one.
I hope not. He's a minor there.
So we get Gary telling us the story of this young artist, Cody, who's struggling with inspiration. She's trying to figure out what exactly to draw. She's not sure that she wants to do it. She's having trouble. And I don't know, is Lucas her brother, boyfriend, random ass Joey Lawrence lookalike? They don't really say.
I'm gonna say, oh no, it's either brother or statutory rapist.
Fucking shit. God damn. Anyway, he's like, you're a great artist. You just need to find the right inspiration. So we see one day she's sitting in the park trying to figure out what to draw. And she sees this little girl. She's like, hey, what's your name? This girl just turns and walks away, but her hat falls off. So she's like yelling after her, picks up the hat, follows her, goes into this art gallery, but there's no little girl there. She's looking at all these paintings and runs into this woman. She's like, oh, hey, just trying to find a little girl that came in here to give her her hat. This woman's like, oh, there's no little girl here. It's just me. This is my gallery. These are my paintings. She's like, oh, you did these. These are great. She's like, yeah, I'm Mrs. Breyer. It's like, okay. So she takes her around and you see there's another girl there working on a painting. And Cody's looking around and then Mrs. Breyer goes, so what's going on? Basically asks what's going on. And Cody's like, well, I'm trying to be an artist, but I don't really have inspiration. I've hit a block. So Mrs. Breyer takes her to this room, shows her these unfinished paintings. Goes, I acquire these artists who just lost inspiration. They hit a block and never finished. And there's one painting in particular that Cody's kind of drawn to. It's like this ballet scene with this woman in the front and dancers in the back. And Mrs. Breyer tells her, well, you can finish this painting if you want. She's like, She's looking at it as Mrs. Breyer walks away, kind of sticks her hand out, and you see a hand touch Cody's. And she's pulled into this scene from the painting, this ballet scene. She's dancing around.
Very aha.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Without the sketchy artwork. Yeah, it's very aha. So Mrs. Breyer comes out, kind of breaks her out of this trance or whatever, and tells her, okay, so why don't you come back? You can finish this painting and maybe it'll give you some inspiration to get your own art going. And Cody's like, okay, so when should I start? Mrs. Breyer tells her, come back tomorrow, you can get started. So we see Cody comes back. Mrs. Breyer's goes over to this cabinet and she gets this brush. Well, this is before Cody comes back. She takes this brush, holds it over a candle in this cabinet. But inside this cabinet, there is a severed head that is completely black, long gray
white
hair.
Actor. Completely black-faced head.
Oh my God.
What it is.
That's true. I mean, it is a white guy with black makeup all over his face. It's meant to be, I think, like it's burned or something, but
I don't think so. I
don't think it's an outright racist thing, but
I mean, he's French. I mean, French people are notoriously known for hating black people.
Oh my God. So anyway,
Mummified.
there's
What was that?
Layad said mummified. That that makes sense. So anyway, this cabinet is very much like an altar, like a witch might have for casting spells.
Right. I would assume it's voodoo though, not because the color.
Yeah. That could very well be. Oh, I left out one little bit. We see this other girl, Jenna, there finishing a painting. And she's working on it, and she decides, I need a different brush. This brush is way too thick, way too big.
She doesn't
She pulls
like
a brush out of her bag. And Mrs. Breyer comes over and is like, what are you doing? It's like, I needed a more fine brush for detail. She goes, no, you only use one brush. It's like, okay. So anyway, cut back. Mrs. Breyer has done something to another brush that she's going to give to Cody. So the next day she gives Cody the brush, says, hey, you can work on this painting. I'm going to go get your paints. Stay right here. Brings it back. Cody's working on this painting.
Don't we argue with you on this too? Because if that guy was burnt, his hair would have been messed up. That was just blonde.
That's possibly true. He had really long hair.
Yeah, you lose that really quick.
I mean, it was longer than mine. Not that mine's that long, but
I mean, it's long enough.
Yeah.
You have long hair. Like a lady.
Like a lady.
Like a lady.
All right, are we just going to talk about the ladies' man now?
Yeah, give it your best.
Ooh, with a lady.
Jesus.
Go pull some Cavatier.
But for some reason, it just reminded me of one of my favorite little skit things now. I'll have to send it to you. I'll let you decide whether or not you share it, but keep going.
All right. So Cody's working on this painting. She sets her brush down and just going off exploring. I think she's trying to look for another brush because, again, these brushes are too big. I don't know why these brushes are so huge. So she's walking around. She finds the cabinet, opens it up, sees the head and everything, is startled for a second, and then just laughs it off. So I am not Canadian. I don't know enough about Canada, but I'm assuming everyone has a cabinet with a severed head in Canada. Because she didn't seem like, oh, this is weird, this is scary. She just laughed it off, like, oh, haha. It's like, why wouldn't you get the hell out of there? I don't know. If I went somewhere and there was a severed head in the cabinet, I'm leaving. I'm not coming back. But and if she did that, there wouldn't be an episode. So she starts looking around at the brushes, and she goes to touch one and gets a flash of this girl. She's like, that's weird. Touches it again, and she hears, hey, destroy the painting now before it's too late. She's like, oh, okay, that's weird. Shuts it, goes back to her painting. I'm trying to, is this where we see that Jenna has finished, or is this?
Yeah, the other girl.
I watched it, but God, there was so much going on. There really was a lot going on for an episode that didn't have a lot going on. Do you know what I mean?
A lot of side stuff that really wasn't super important happening at the same time.
Like Cody's telling her friend that things are weird. The woman that she saw when she touched, or the girl she saw when she touched her brush, was from this dream she was having. So she recognized, was like, that's the girl from my dream. What's happening? She has this weird dream where Lucas, weird friend, boyfriend, brother, I don't know, she was like, hey, you're cold and laying on the ground. Take my jacket. They walk off and he disappears. And then she sees this girl telling her, destroy the painting before it's too late. So Cody's telling Lucas, like, hey, there's weird stuff going on. He's like, it's fine. Just keep working on your art. It's probably basically is kind of gaslight her into anything being wrong. Right. He does come around, but we'll get there. So go back to the gallery. Mrs. Breyer is there with Jenna. Jenna has finished the painting she was working on, this unfinished painting. Mrs. Breyer tells her, there's only one thing missing. You need to sign it. And like any rational person would do, Jenna says, I don't feel right signing work that's not mine. And Mrs. Breyer's like, well, you finished it. You gave it life. So you should sign it. It's yours now.
Right.
So Jenna does. Then we see Cody coming back to the gallery. And she's looking at this painting. And a painting that originally had these 3 brunette girls now has 2 brunettes and a blonde in the middle. That looks suspiciously like Jenna. Cody asks Mrs. Breyer, she's like, oh yeah, it's just a new painting. So Cody goes, well, where's Jenna? She goes, oh, she won't be coming back. It's like, did she say why? She's like, nope, she called and said she just didn't feel like coming back. That's it.
Jesus.
Like, don't ask any more questions. Go back to painting.
I mean, yeah.
It's so... I believe this is where Cody finishes her painting. But otherwise, Cody finishes her painting. And she goes back and starts... Mrs. Breyer is off looking at other stuff. I think she's just walking around the gallery, and Cody goes back to the cabinet and starts touching all the brushes and figures out, oh, she sees Jenna, she sees the other girl, a bunch of people that have been trapped in these brushes by Mrs. Breyer.
She's just touching them all.
Touching them all. She's like, okay, she gets out of there, goes and calls Lucas, is like, hey, you need to show up. There's some weird shit going on here, and I want to get out of here now. Mrs. Breyer sees Cody back near a painting, or in another room, and Cody tells her, I finished the painting. Mrs. Breyer's, okay, well, show me. She shows her, she's like, oh, that's great work. Now you need to sign it. And again, another person who's like, no, I'm not taking credit for someone else's work. It's like, but it's yours. You put your soul into it. You gave it life. You gave it a soul. You should sign it. So Cody does. She starts feeling a little weird and says, I need to leave. She sets down the paintbrush. The next thing we see is they pan to the painting.
Right.
The woman in the forefront of the painting has now changed to resemble Cody.
She got roofied into the painting.
I mean, I don't know if I'd say roofied, but yeah. It's a children's show. Blackface and roofies. Jesus Christ.
I mean, they wrote it, not me. I'm just reporting what I see. It's kind of messed up.
So anyway, Lucas shows up. He's asking Mrs. Breyer, hey, where's Cody? She's like, I don't know anybody with that name. He goes, no, she comes here to paint. She's been here. She's like, I don't know who you're talking about. It's like, okay, that's weird. Mrs. Breyer is like, I dropped her off. She's like, no. And in the meantime, Mrs. Breyer has taken the painting with Cody in it out to the back alley, thrown it in a dumpster, and lit it on fire.
Yeah.
So as we see Cody is inside this ballet world again, inside the painting, there's smoke and all this happening. Lucas runs out back and sees that this painting is on fire. He's like, what the hell? And there's this little girl, the girl from the beginning of the episode. She's like, you should really come with me. It's really creepy how she does it. It's really kind of creepy the way she's delivering these lines. And I got to give that child actor credit because it was really like, ugh.
Yeah.
This is disturbing.
It
came off as something else.
What would you say it came off as?
As an older woman inside a younger woman. It came off as somebody portraying. It's really creepy vibes.
It's a different kind of role reversal.
Anyway, Lucas is like, nah, don't think that's right. He's backing away. Meanwhile, inside the painting, Cody sees the paintbrush that she was using, grabs it, breaks it, knowing that this is what's trapped her, and is freed. She runs back to the severed head cabinet, grabs all the brushes, only to see the head has come to life and now tells her to be her hunter, be its hunter, and she'll live forever. She's like, no, don't think so. She pieces out to the alley, runs into Lucas, and he's like, "Oh, you're here." She's like, "Yeah, the brushes. People are trapped in these." He's like, "What?" Well, they turn around. The little girl is turned into Mrs. Breyer. She's like, "This is it. I'm just gonna trap you guys again. There's nothing you can do. I've been living for centuries, been hunting for centuries. You can't stop me." And Cody goes, "Well, I can't, but the people you trapped can." Throws and chucks all these paintbrushes into the dumpster. There's an explosion. We see the severed head kind of go up in flames. Mrs. Breyer disappears. I don't think anything really happened to her. Was there like a puff of smoke or anything? She was just gone.
Okay.
And we see Jenna walking from somewhere. She was freed from the painting. And she asks, like, "Who was that?" And Cody goes, "I don't think we'll ever know." And then we cut around and we see the paintings that all these people had been trapped in. Now there are no faces on the paintings. They've all been freed. The end.
Good job.
A little bit of a struggle because there was a lot of side stuff with Lucas and her talking about that. I'm like,
Right. It was just pointless stuff, though.
yeah.
I uploaded that video if you want to look at it or not. If you think it's worthy of viewing, when we were talking about ladies, that's what came to my mind. I'll let you decide if you play it. But while you're doing that, I'm going to give you my thoughts on this episode. It gets an 8 on IMDb. Not even close. I give it like a 6. It's not a horrible episode. It's not a great episode. There's just a lot of fucking plot holes in it. The old lady, the young lady thing is just weird as fuck. There's really no need for it. It's... I get that you're trying to get her to go into an art gallery, but let's be honest, she was already an artist. It wouldn't have been that much of a stretch that she walked into a fucking art gallery. And then having her do it at the end of the episode just was pointless. Like, other than maybe just trying to confuse somebody, but even that didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
You know, the people being trapped in the brushes is fucking weird. The brushes and the paintings don't match up because the paintbrushes are just fucking humongous in comparison to the actual drawings and the line work that you're seeing get to. And it's weird. And then one of the things that really baffled me about this, and I just did not like this part about this episode, is that after these girls would be sucked into these paintings, they would be re-signed Miss Breyer. That no fucking artist in the world does that.
No.
None of them. It doesn't fucking work that way. That's not how people sign shit. It's weird. It's just, I don't know. I just had a few little nitpicky things about it. I mean, our main actress is a good actress. I have no problem with her.
Yeah, Jewel State was really good.
I mean, the rest of this episode was just, I don't know. It seems like this was DJ McHale's attempt at trying to captivate a female audience.
Quite possibly.
You know, and also Nazis, because he loves blackface shit. That's what it is.
Holy hell.
I don't know. I give it a 6. What about you, Jeffrey?
I'm right there with you. I give it a 6.5. No. Okay. I'm giving it a 6.5.
Fair.
It's by far not the worst that we've seen out of all the seasons. It's not the best.
No.
But there's elements of a better story here. I think they just needed to change some things. You didn't need the little girl as a lure to pull Cody to the art gallery. You could have had this woman just sit down next to her and just start a conversation and be like, "You should come check out my gallery." Right. And it would have, I think, fed in a little bit better as opposed to this mysterious little girl.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, Jewel State was fine. The girl they got to play, the little girl that the witch would turn into, was just good, delivering those lines at the end. That was really, she's like, "You should come with me." And the way she said it was just creepy.
Thing. Not another thing. Think about that. She's now a
That's
swing
all she
manager at
did.
McDonald's. Nobody
Holy
knows
shit.
this. I'm giving her
Hey.
own backstory.
And if she is, more power to her, because I couldn't do that job.
Right. I'm just get backstory.
By the way, I saw enough of that video to say, yeah, I think it should.
you see why I thought of that, right?
And once I saw who was in it, I was like, there's no point in me watching the full thing and then telling him we don't need that much.
Well, you know what? Instead of an outro today, we'll end with that.
Sounds good to me.
So, I mean, I don't know about you, but I really don't have anything else to say about this episode personally.
No, I think the woman playing Mrs. Breyer was also good. She was really creepy.
Yeah, I just didn't like the fact that her and fucking Lucas had the same hair. That was just odd.
They were both big fans of Blossom.
That makes sense.
And Joey Lawrence.
Whoa. What I will say,
hate myself
though,
for doing that.
We are past the halfway mark on the original run. And our next episode is the Tale of Train Magic.
The finale for this season.
Yeah. If you ever heard a fucking title of an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark that just sounded that gay. like Jesus fuck, dude. Really? Train magic?
It just sounds like somebody just kind of was like, train magic? Because there's magic in a train. Yeah, good enough.
There is one more thing I do want to mention about this episode.
Okay.
That was a very big disappointment for me personally. All right, I get it. We start off with the Tucker and Gary thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gary has a story. Usually I'm all in on that. This is a Gary story that sucks, and we have no Sardo. I'm not a fan of that.
See, we could have had Sardo in this.
We could have had Sardo. It would have made it better. Imagine Sardo in blackface.
I don't want to. I don't want to. Why? No, but Sardo would have been an interesting touch to this episode.
It would have. It could have fixed it.
Because even if he comes off as kind of a charlatan, a little bit of a guy who's just out to make some money.
He is 100%. That's him.
He does know some things.
He knows a lot.
Enough. He knows enough that he can figure things out, but he's not, he's a snake oil salesman, but he knows enough that he can get away with shit.
Exactly.
And I love that. In this, if he would have had a thing to tell about how she was a witch in the brushes, I think it would have been better, but
well, anyways, before we leave, I want to remind everybody to check out the comic book Tales of Shock and Terror. Buy our fucking video game, Tales from the Podcast, the fucking video game. And Jeff, what's going on over there with Skewered Universe?
Well, hopefully you don't get murdered by Jason while I talk about this. No, we're getting ready to do episode 100. So we're working on that. No.
Warriors of Virtue 2.
A harder no than Long Jean Silver, because I haven't even seen the first one.
I mean, it's probably softer no.
No, March is typically left to Leanne to do the producing, so she has something in mind. And
oh my god, I should have just fucking had Leanne make you watch these movies.
Oh my god. I mean, you could reach out to her and see what she's gonna do, but I don't know. I don't know.
She'll probably hate me.
It's possible. No.
I mean,
she's not gonna hate you.
If she watched Warriors of Virtue 2, I feel like I got a better shot with Long Jean Silver in the first Warriors of Virtue than I do with Warriors of Virtue 2.
I can't really say.
No.
I can't really say. But she's got something in the works for episode 100, so we're working on that. Nice. In the meantime, you can go back and see what we did for February, which was all about David Lynch. Those episodes are up. And as soon as we get 100 done, I'll let everybody know. It's kind of a milestone for us because it's 100 episodes, and we've been doing this since 2018. So
congratulations, man. 100 episodes in what?
7 years,
7
yeah.
years. 7 years.
Yay.
How many episodes
Lots
is
of
that
up
a
and
year?
downs. You don't even want to figure that out.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. Well, I guess we should probably play this video for him.
They say
This
100.
this is the video that was coming to my mind, and we'll leave you guys with this little laugh before we go.
Yeah, buy our game.
Buy all of our shit. Everything.
Buy the comic book. Buy the game. Come on.
Yes.
Game's only $10, people.
Go and do fucking Skewered Universe's OnlyFans. No, you don't know OnlyFans.
I thought about it, but I'm not sure that Skewered Universe and OnlyFans would really work.
I mean, it's like Patreon, just a little bit sexier. Basically the same thing. It's you just doing the Patreon episodes with no shirt on.
Camera down underneath my desk. No.
I like the idea.
Why did I even say that? Because you're gonna run with this now.
I like the idea of you doing Patreon episodes in tidy whities. I love it.
I don't need you picturing me in tidy whities. I don't need anyone picturing me in tidy whities. Nobody wants to see that.
No, but for $10 a month, they don't have to picture it. They can go and watch it live.
Oh God!
All right, I gotta
Nobody
go.
wants that.
Anyways, enjoy this laugh, and you're welcome.
Can I help you with that?
Are you sure?
Absolutely. My lady is in distress, and I'm here to rescue her.
Thanks. They say chivalry's dead, but I think you're making a pretty strong case for its revival.
Well, I'm always ready to help a beautiful lady. I help the ugly ones as well, but I definitely say you're in the former camp. Where am I taking this?
Well, it's only a few streets away. I'm moving in with my boyfriend,
Fuck
Ian.
you. Hello there. You must be Quick Finch's granddaughter. You're much better looking than he is. Imagine trying to kiss that. They look heavy. Let me take these to your table.
Thank you, handsome. The gin and tonic's for my sister, Ruth.
Okay.
This one is for Stacey.
Hello.
And if you could hand this one to my boyfriend.
Fuck you. Whiskey! Look at that woman over there. No, you by the estate agents.
What, the woman? Well, she wants to buy a house.
You're so naive. Are you still reading those women's magazines?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, where you see champagne, I see She clearly wants to be picked up.
What makes you such an expert?
I wasn't made an expert. I was born one. Watch this. So why would a beautiful woman like you be looking at flats in a neighborhood like that? Montjoli's Touzefan?
What does that mean?
It means why put bay windows on a shithouse? Clearly, a woman as beautiful as you would be living in Kensington Gardens.
Really? You think so?
I don't think so. I know so.
That's exactly what my boyfriend was saying the other day.
Fuck you. Hello there, beautiful.
Oh, hello.
Yourself.
I guess I needed a shorter lead. Oh,
yeah?
thank you so much. You're such a gentleman.
Well, it has been said that I'm a gentleman, but never a gentleman. Can I accompany you on your journey?
Sure. I've got to get Scruffy back to my boyfriend and then...
Fuck you.
Seafood!
You're quite an enigma, sir.
Really?
We have walked almost 2 miles, and yet you have spoken but 3 words. If I were bolder, I'd say you were in love, sir. Ah, a swing! How charming. You made this, didn't you, Master Berry?
I would be honoured if my lady were to christen the rope folly I have erected. Oh, yes. I say, over here.
Sir, it's Rupert. Look, on the horse. Yoo-hoo!
A friend of yours, I presume?
My fiancé.
Fuck you!